Quite a few of you asked about this one, so today we're going there. We're talking about those accusatory questions in relationships, the ones that kind of sting. Our mission really is to figure out what they are, why they're, so damaging, and how things like jealousy often play a part.
Right. We're trying to get to the heart of it because, look, an accusatory question, it's not really about getting information, is it?
No, it doesn't feel like.
It's more like a verbal jab. It carries this assumption that someone's done something wrong. It's basically pointing a finger saying, you did this, not, hey, what happened here?
Okay, so unpack that a bit. What's inside one of these questions? What gives it that sharpness?
Well, they tend to be packed, really loaded with negative emotions straight away. Think anger, suspicion, maybe frustration.
Right.
And the driver isn't genuine curiosity, not usually. It often comes from a lack of trust or maybe a belief that your partner must have messed up somehow.
You can almost hear the accusation in the tone, right? Even if the words look okay written down.
Exactly. Tone is huge. It carries that underlying judgment.
So what happens? What's it like being on the receiving end of that?
Oh, it usually triggers defensiveness, almost instantly.
Yeah, I could see that.
Instead of wanting to explain, you just want to deny whatever you think you're being blamed for. It also makes you feel really misunderstood, like they've already made up their mind.
That sounds isolating.
It is. And over time, that feeling builds resentment. It chips away at trust, at that feeling of safety you need in a relationship. People just, they shut down. They stop sharing to avoid the interrogation.
Wow. Okay, so it sounds like a real fast track to disconnection. Why is this pattern so frowned upon by, relationship experts?
Simply put, they kill open, honest communication. That's the lifeblood of a healthy relationship, right?
Teamwork.
Yeah, and these questions, they destroy that. They create an us versus them dynamic almost immediately. Healthy relationships need trust, understanding, collaboration. And these questions just, they undermine all of that.
Okay, let's make it super concrete. Can you give us some classic examples, things people might actually say or hear?
Sure. Common ones, like, why are you out so late? The hidden message is, you were doing something you shouldn't have been.
Okay. Yeah.
Or, who were you texting? That immediately implies you suspect they're talking to someone inappropriate. Even, how could you forget my birthday? It sounds like a question, but it carries this heavy implication of, you did this deliberately to hurt me.
Ouch. Okay. Any others?
Oh, yeah. Did you even listen to what I said? Assuming dismissiveness? Or the really blunt one, are you lying to me? Just a direct hit on their honesty.
That last one leaves no room for doubt about the accusation.
None at all.
Now, you mentioned jealousy earlier. Let's dig into that. How does that green-eyed monster, as they say, fuel these kinds of questions?
Yeah, jealousy is a big one. It's often rooted in fear, isn't it? Fear of loss, maybe feeling inadequate.
Right. Insecurity.
Exactly. And that fear can easily breed suspicion. Your mind starts inventing worst-case scenarios. So instead of being vulnerable and saying, hey, I'm feeling a bit insecure right now, or I felt worried.
Then you lash out with a question.
Precisely. You fire out something like, who were you texting? It becomes this indirect way to poke at your own insecurity, to test the waters, but it comes across as an attack. The jealousy just puts this suspicious filter on everything your partner does.
So if we recognize this happening, maybe we do it, or a partner does. What's the better way? What should we be aiming for instead?
The shift needs to be towards open communication and genuine curiosity. It takes real courage, mind you, to say how you feel without it turning into blame.
So instead of that accusatory why,
try something vulnerable.
right?
Like, hey, I felt a bit anxious when you got home later than I expected. Can you tell me about your evening? See the difference?
Yeah, it's an invitation, not an attack.
Exactly. It opens the door for connection and understanding, rather than just slamming up a defensive wall.
Okay, so wrapping this part up. Accusatory questions really harm relationships. They make people defensive, they kill honest conversation, and they often come from deeper stuff like insecurity or jealousy.
That's the core of it. They keep you stuck in a really negative loop.
Which brings us to a final thought for you listening.
Thank you.
Think back. The last time you asked a why question in your relationship, one that felt a bit loaded, was it truly about understanding? Or did it carry that unspoken accusation? And just consider, what might change if you tried rephrasing that same feeling, that same concern, with genuine curiosity next time?